Hey guys, welcome into another video. Welcome to Aldy's 25 best games this year. These are the 25 best games that we've played on the channel. Welcome to Sandflies. These are from my opinion, just my thoughts. I'm going to go through each of them. It was meant to be an advent calendar, but you know what? There was one or two I just couldn't split. These ones are absolutely incredible, so I stuck in a 25th. But we're going to work through a bit of an advent calendar. We're going to open them in order from my 25th favourite all the way through to my favourite. I'm going to talk a little bit about why they're included in the list, why they're important, and why they meant a little bit to me. I'm going to avoid the spoilers, so don't worry. So you can use this also as the 25 best games that you should play if you kind of want to. Anyway, let's get going. Here's the advent calendar. Yeah, it's a bit rubbish, I know, but fine. Let's start with number one. Number one, or the 25th, is the old classic Dragon's Lair. Now, why is this on? This was sentimental reasons. I played this one day, and thinking back to when I was a wee kid, I used to go in Spain on holiday. Dragon's Lair used to be the one arcade game we wanted to play, and it was super fun to play, remembering all the story and all the little bits we can get past. Really enjoyed it. Really great game. It stood the test of time. The graphics are still pretty good. The gameplay is still pretty good. It's worth playing. I really enjoyed it. We get a couple more in the works, but not on this list. But Dragon's Lair 2, just a sentimental choice. Just a game from the kids. A game from when I was a child, and a game when I loved it. Second on the list, what's number 2? Ooh, another one. These are sentimental start. The interactive video version of Death Trap Dungeon. We played this not long ago. Really improved it, I would say. Having this guy here read it out to us, take us through the story, having all the mechanics of rolling the dice all done for you, really improved it. But they retained all the same artwork from the book. Classic Ian Livingstone, again going back to my childhood when I used to get these books and read through them. Super brilliant. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, really enjoyed it. The first of our many movie games that's on this list. Yes, number 2, Death Trap Dungeon. Third on the list, Dark Knights with Poe and Monroe, or as I refer to it, Dark Knights with Monroe with Poe added on. So this is a spin-off. This is a spin-off from the Shape-Shifting Detective, where Poe and Monroe obviously have a radio show, and they converted the whole thing into 6 short stories. I guess we should probably talk about Jingle Jam. This is in the bundle, or the collection for Jingle Jam. It's an absolute sleeper hit. 6 incredible little ghost stories, 6 fun adventures, little bite-sized 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour. Really get into it. Anyway, so that's Dark Knights with Poe and Monroe. Fourth on the list, The World After. Now, this is a weird one. Really kind of small game. Another movie game, and this time a French game. Kind of tied a little bit into the coronavirus and what the world might look after that. But also wasn't about that. It was also about space and Frenchness and just wonderful fun. Really good game. Kind of interesting story and interesting kind of shocking end. Which none of us really saw coming, and then we eventually had to upload the real ending onto YouTube, because it took me a while to work out what that really was. Super well acted, super beautifully done, and I hope they make more, because yeah, The World After, number 4, really enjoyed it. Number 5 on the list. What is number 5? Bloodshore. Now, another full motion video game, or probably just a movie game. Bloodshore, super slick. Super beautifully put together with really high values, really beautiful acting. It could have been an actual movie. And yet, I still feel that when I play through Bloodshore, I go a different way. We actually played it not too long ago for like the second or third time, and I actually was in a completely different part of the story that I never was before. So, Bloodshore's really good. So of this kind of movie game, I think it probably only lacked, it did have a bit of a shocking ending, it did have a bit of a kind of a story to it. I think it probably first or second time is brilliant. Probably not as good on the third or fourth, but really beautifully put together. Really enjoyed playing it. Really kind of tongue-in-cheek. Lots of movie throwbacks in it to The Running Man, to actually lots of different movies. I think when I played through the second time, we were just spotting movie references all the way through it. So really, really enjoyed Bloodshore. Bloodshore number 5. What else we got? Number 6. Oh, talk about sleeper. Number 6 is brilliant. Number 6, She Sees Red. Another movie game, but a Russian one. Dubbed into English, but a really, really clever story. It's on the YouTube channel. Due to a nudity warning, unfortunately, we didn't play it live on stream. So obviously we didn't know. So we played it. I played it off stream and then uploaded it to YouTube because it was so good. Actually, one of the streams I actually went back and rewatched myself, which sounds kind of weird because you don't know what's happening, but I actually rewatched it. Brilliant bit of work. Go back and watch that on YouTube. She Sees Red. Very, very good story. You had to play it through twice to really kind of unpick the story. So it's designed to be played twice, if that makes sense. You sort of go through, you go back, and then it's kind of it's different the second time through. Really, really good. Really, really great game. And again, kind of, look, so far we've had a Russian game, a French game, 2 old games. But yeah, She Sees Red, really, really good. Yeah, really good. Again, just brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Go watch it on the YouTube. Simulacra 1, 2, and 3. Let's clump them all together. I put them all in as one entry. I really love the puzzles in them. I really love the shocks, the jump outs, the creepiness that goes on in Simulacra. I think it's a shame that it's just on your little screen. I wish there'd be a way to kind of broaden them out or do a Simulacra on an entire computer screen. It kind of gets limited into a bit of the phone format, but the puzzles are super hard to work out. The stories are super intricate. Simulacra 1's very good. Simulacra 2, I didn't really care too much about the characters as much in Simulacra 2. I kind of wanted them all to die, if I'm honest. So the fact they died in the end, I'm doing really well. Simulacra 3, really enjoying it. Halfway through in the playthrough of that, but really enjoying Simulacra 3. So again, super fun. I just wish they could broaden it out. But really, really good game. Really love it. Really love it. All the Simulacras. Hopefully, I guess there'll be another one every year because they are that good. Play them if you not play them. The puzzles are good. Good fun. Kind of thing I kind of probably sit down with mates around a computer or in a Discord call or whatever and just work your way through the puzzles. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed Simulacra. Number 8. Now what we got number 8? Oh, Eternal Hope. Eternal Hope from the Jingle Jam collection as well. A really beautiful, charming platformer game. Where the mechanics are so simple of just left, right, jump. But also had this sort of time shift where you shifted into the netherworld and then shifted back again. A beautifully tied together story. I think the artwork, the music, the style of it, and just the graphics, very similar to Limbo. Really, really good in Eternal Hope. And like I say, it was in the Jingle Jam bundle, so, you know, you're kind of getting it for donating to Jingle Jam. So yeah, really, really good. Really loved Eternal Hope. Eternal Hope at number 8. What's number 9? Oh, Jenks. Spectre Jenks. The Dark Side of the Moon. Obviously, it has the incredible actor, Rupert Booth in it. And the Dark Side of the Moon kind of, I don't know, it kind of defined the channel a little bit. We played it very early in the year, about maybe February, March. And we actually played the whole thing in one sitting. Because I was genuinely enjoying the story. You know, like sometimes you're kind of sitting there, you'll play for 2 hours and you go, right, okay, and stop there. But for Dark Side of the Moon, I was really enjoying it. And it's probably the first time I kind of noticed many people staying for the entire stream. We were riveted by the story. All of us wanted to know what happened. All of us were excited what would happen. And yeah, Dark Side of the Moon, kind of a long game, probably about 3 or 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. But everybody was glued to it. Super fun, super interesting, and super evolved and changing the whole time. So yeah, really enjoyed that. There's going to be, hopefully there's a lot more of them. Really reminded me, I know they're not in the list, but reminded me of games from last year like The Bunker. What else was kind of a long developing game? There's a few of them on this list, I'm trying not to spoil. But yeah, The Bunker was kind of like that, Dark Side of the Moon, these kind of more kind of meaty, longer stories. Really involved, really interesting. But yeah, really enjoyed Dark Side of the Moon. Worth playing. Number 9 was 10. Oh, Agartha. Controversial one. Agartha, I talked about Dark Side of the Moon defining one bit of the year. Agartha probably defined maybe November, December, where Agartha looked amazing, but it had one small kind of thing where a lot of people wouldn't have heard of it. It was actually Turkish. The whole thing was in Turkish. A movie game. I thought, well, look, let's try it. Let's kind of, it looks super slick. It looks super kind of like what we like. Why not play through it? Why not see where it goes? Why not enjoy it? A very difficult presentation, because obviously you have to read all the subtitles. You have to interact as well with the characters. And yet keep the pace of the story up. So Agartha was probably one of the hardest presentations of the year, but probably worth it. The story and the character and where we got to, super interesting. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, just like I say, probably defines kind of maybe what I've kind of learned about the channel about you don't need to do AAA games. You can do the weird little ones that no one's ever heard of, or the ones that no one else will do. Really enjoyed Agartha. So Agartha number 10. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Agartha number 10. Number 11, Locked Up. Talking about defining the channel, this is another one that probably early in the year defined the channel. Locked Up, quite a simple kind of horror walkthrough game in the style of the house would change around you. That makes sense? So as you work through Locked Up, you get a puzzle, you go through a door, the world would change, the corridor would change, you'd solve a puzzle and a different thing would appear. Incredibly good jump scares, so many clips came of this. I'm not a fan of horror games, or I wasn't, or different type of horror games. Again, Locked Up was such an involved story. It wasn't really just this mindless jump scare, you know, we throw a thing in your face. It was very, very intricate and actually unwoven, and told a story of who was locked up, why they were locked up, and told the story about the people around them and everything, and the people in the house, and you know, really, really great thing. So what I thought was just going to be kind of a walkthrough, a little bit of a scary jump out, actually turned out to be this really, really involved mystery story with incredible jump scares, and really kind of woke my eyes up to a genre I'd never really done before, a genre I'd never really kind of looked at. So really enjoyed Locked Up. There's 2 other in that series, I think, which I've only played one of them. I've got one other one at least to play, but Locked Up, super, super good, super fun. Yeah, maybe I should replay it. I don't know. Anyway, number 12. Number 12, what we got? Underworld Island, another movie game. There's so many games on this list. You know, I was putting this together. So Underworld Island, a Chinese full motion video game dubbed into English. Only out, last 2 weeks ago, I think. It looked incredibly scary. It looked probably one of the worst, most scariest games I've ever played. And it was, but then it evolved into so much more. It evolved into this story that was so involved, and you were unpicking and learning the interaction between the character and why they were all there, and it was kind of shocking at bits, and it kept being more and more shocking and more, but beautifully, beautifully filmed, beautifully crafted ghost story, and kind of reaches a bit that you maybe wouldn't expect, or certainly when you sit with it. But yeah, unbelievable. But a Chinese made game, originally in Chinese, only been dubbed into English. But a very, very powerful story. Could be higher, but it's been beaten by some real quality. So the fact that Underworld Island got in at 12, it's a GG to Underworld Island. But great game. Probably some of the most horrifying visuals of the year, like just the kind of the scary, the creepiness of the girl, the creepiness of the visuals you saw, just probably blew many of the other games out of the water this year. But Underworld Island, hugely brilliant. What's next? Number 13. The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. Oof. What a ride. What a ride. I don't even know how to describe it. It was mad. It was infectious. It was Dr. Decker. We had Marianne, who is in her normal position on the couch here. What a channel favourite she was. And just this wonderful little unpicking little stories, learning about the people, how they all fitted together, wondering whether it's a Cthulhu or not a Cthulhu. Is it an octopus? Is it not an octopus? Or an octopodize? We're not sure. Is everybody a mermaid? Unclear. Yeah, just absolutely brilliant. Really, really enjoyed the Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. Marianne, what a character. And just again, picking up on the previous game, like the Shapeshifting Detective and the Dark Knights of Poe and Monroe, the same sort of characters are in them, the same actors and actresses. Really, really powerful stuff. Really enjoyed the Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. I hope we get another kind of ride like that soon. It was fun. It was fun. It's fun for anyone that wakes up naked on a beach. Let's just put it that way. You know, just fun. Fun. That's in at number 13. What's in number 14? Oh, the light. Oof. Deeply affecting is probably the way I'd put it. So this was a game I played it on YouTube, so I guess the videos are still here on YouTube on this channel. Played it in 2 parts. A walkthrough sort of puzzle, sort of horror, sort of game, but with a very, very, very poignant and very, very affecting storyline, which I would encourage you to go and watch. Go and watch the VODs. I was not prepared for what the light was. I wasn't prepared for a lot in it, and there's a moment in, I think maybe the second video, where I kind of almost break down, and you actually watch me kind of just break down, and I have to actually switch the volume off of the game and have like a moment just to kind of recover. I left all that in the VOD, or most of it, because it was so deeply affecting. But the light remake, the remake of the light, just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, great ride in there. Number 14. Number 14, the light. 15. Oh, look at her, Erica. Again, showing what full motion video games can be. Again, this is, Erica's not a game. Erica is a movie, and it is movie quality acting. It is movie quality visuals, movie quality editing. Erica was just a wonderful game. Moments of just laughter in it, moments of fun, but all with a kind of very interesting, again, puzzling story. Not sure what ending I got compared to like what a good ending or a bad ending should be. Don't know. But Erica, to me, probably one of the games of the year. Maybe the full motion video game of the year. I'm not sure, but no, probably not. Erica was... There's maybe 1 or 2 more in Erica, but Erica, super slick. I think it's probably deserves another playthrough, I would say. I mean, Erica, really enjoyed it, and yeah, I think I would play it. I think I'd play it again. Yeah, probably Erica. We'll have another go at Erica. Anyway, that's number 15. Number 16 on the list. There is no game. Okay, well, if there's no game at number 16, why is it 16? No, 16 is there is no game. There is no game at number 16. So, just no. What starts off is kind of this wonderfully fun, weird puzzly game, where you are playing with the narrator or playing with the voiceover. Quickly becomes more involved in a more kind of interesting story. And I'd only ever kind of seen people play through maybe chapter 1 or the start of chapter 1, and I thought, well, here's a game that'll get old quickly. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You progress onto chapter 2 and it's completely different. And they're pastiching roleplay games, or they're pastiching platforming games, or the pasticing Zelda games, and then you move into kind of a real world video context. 100% incredibly good game, incredibly entertaining, incredibly fun. And again, a game where so many people sat through the whole of it and just really kind of were on that journey with me. So I really enjoyed. There Is No Game, really, really good. I should probably give a little bit, I don't think it's on this list, but I should give a bit of a shout out to Stanley Parable. Similar, had also a remake, really enjoyed the Stanley Parable. But for me, There Is No Game, probably a little bit more kind of purer and fun, but yeah, There Is No Game, brilliant game, brilliant game. There is no game, there is no brilliant game. Anyway, if There Is No Game at 16, number 17, where are we? Ooh, The Quarry. Quite an odd one for me, so let me give a little bit of background about how I choose these games, how I look. So I have certain flags and certain things that I always kind of search for, or I jump on Steam and I always kind of look at them, or certain types of wish lists I look at. And those are never the AAA coming up soon games. Those are like the full motion video games, the story games, these ones that are kind of, you know, a lot of we represent here on the channel. So The Quarry had been on my list, had come up maybe 2 months before, and I thought, okay, that goes on the wish list, I'll buy that, it's available now, I'll buy it now, we'll download it when it comes out. And The Quarry just found its way into the kind of the program. So okay, we'll just do The Quarry then, that's when it comes out. It's another kind of movie game, looks quite interesting, looked quite fun. And for probably one of the first times, certainly for the first time of the games we've kind of seen on this list so far, I don't know if that continues, but for the games we've seen so far, it was one of the first times where suddenly the whole of the rest of Twitch were like, I want to do this game, and suddenly every man and his dog was doing this game, and it was the first time kind of maybe there was a crossover between the AAA games that are very prevalent and a lot of people jump on and play early, and the sort of the movie games, the story games I kind of play, which was kind of nice. It was nice to kind of have that kind of populous kind of space. And The Quarry, very, very, very good game. I brought his Brenda song. Very interesting. Probably again deserves another playthrough. Deserves another maybe more of a community playthrough. Really loved what they did with it. Really loved how I've seen other people play it now, and they're on completely different bits. Different people are alive that I killed, and different people are doing things that I didn't do. So I think there's a lot more in The Quarry than I ever saw. But when we did it, really enjoyed the playback. Really enjoyed the playthroughs. And just sorry, Brenda. Sorry I killed you. I didn't mean to, it was a misclick. Yeah. Quarry, super, super good game. Again, worthy maybe of higher, but good. It's a very, very good game. Really enjoyed it. Okay, what's in at 18? What is in at 18? Okay. 18, the Oregon Trail. Actually played this last Sunday. What an incredible remake. Fun game. A real kind of community, people joining you. A lot of throwbacks to the early kind of original Oregon Trail, but with updated graphics, updated kind of mechanics, broader, bigger game. And yeah, just being able to kind of pick decisions about who do you do this to, who do you that to. Really kind of fun. No idea where it'll end up. But just a fun experience, you know. Kind of light-hearted, kind of fun. It kind of harks back a little bit maybe to Dragon's Lair. Maybe There Is No Game. There's a few games on here that are kind of light-hearted and fun. And the Oregon Trail was definitely one of those. Really great mechanics, really good fun, and just quite a simple premise. You know, based on an old kind of text-based game, but just brought in other graphics. Yeah, good fun. Enjoying the Oregon Trail. Don't know if I'll ever get to the coast, but yeah, it is fun. Oh. Number 19, where are we? Oh, number 19. So, what's this? The 6th best? Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I've enjoyed it. A lot this year. I I enjoy putting the presentations together. I enjoy the battles. I enjoy the complexity at times. I enjoy the kind of the flow of new stuff when it comes and my relationship with that. I think I've kind of altered my approach to the presentation recently. I've got, you know, where it's more about enjoying the game than it is about winning. And I think that is something which I've learned over time, is that, you know, whether you win or lose doesn't really matter. It matters more that you enjoyed it, that you tried, that you did your best, that you didn't feel like you'd done something you shouldn't have. You just enjoy it. So I think Star Wars Galaxy Heroes probably definitely deserves its place. It's an odd one because obviously it probably finished. I think it finishes second on my most viewer average, I think, and maybe top in the game I've streamed the most. But for me, probably about the 5th or 6th best game we probably played this year. It is a weird one, and it's kind of weird to kind of put it ahead of things like the Quarry, who certainly have had far more money spent on them, far more effort put into them. Things like Erica as well. But I think it probably deserves its space. I think that's kind of, I thought long and hard about the ranking of this list and where to put them. And I think for me, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes probably in 19th is probably about right for me. This is me. You guys can shout at me in chat. You can shout at me downstairs in the comments section all you want. You can like, you can subscribe, and you can comment. And you can say, no, I would put that dead last, or I enjoyed that much. But yeah, for me, 19 is probably right. It's probably where I put it. Anyway, let's move on. What else we got? What's the 20? Oh, I saw black clouds. How do I describe it? Full motion video game, let's start there, and an incredible movie journey, but a movie journey that goes from ghost story to slasher story to mystery story, but has an ending so shocking, or an ending so affecting, that I don't think you see it coming. She may have seen black clouds, I didn't. I certainly didn't see the black clouds, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And when, you know, sometimes when I finish a game, you want to kind of go for a walk, you know, you want to kind of close your door, go for a walk and think about it. And that's what I did with I Saw Black Clouds. I took like a good 2-hour walk and was thinking about it, trying to kind of piece it back together in my head and kind of really can consider what I'd seen and the character and everything that had gone on. Powerful stuff, and hugely unexpected. And what I thought was like a bit of a slashery ghost story thing, turned out to be just brilliant. So probably I Saw Black Clouds, another of those narrative stories that really kind of developed and switched and changed throughout the game, but did it in a way where you didn't kind of notice it. You just kind of were dragged along and enjoyed it. Enjoyed every minute. Yeah, number 20, I Saw Black Clouds. What is 21? We're getting up there. 5 more. Madison. How on earth? Madison, brilliant. Nothing short of brilliant. Building on, I talked earlier on about lose yourself, and the house changing around you and all these different things, but locked in this kind of ghost story, this kind of things jump out at you, a mix between jump scares and puzzles, but story. Madison had all of that in spades, and with a brilliant art design and a brilliant kind of changing puzzles. So, you know, you weren't always doing the same sort of puzzle and it would switch you to another puzzle. Some of it was just kind of running and brute force and speed. Other bits were kind of nuanced and brilliant. All came together to tell an incredibly powerful story. Brilliant. And Madison, probably again another point where the the Welcome to Sandflys channel, probably kind of took a little bit of a this genre, and that's why when I talked about Lose Yourself, I talked about is it Lose Yourself? I don't know what it's called. When I talk about that, Madison kind of built on that kind of that premise. Hugely enjoying. Didn't expect it to be anywhere near as good as it was. Just thought, look, actually when I bought it when it first came out, I thought here's just another kind of walkthrough game. It's going to be an hour and a half. We're going to walk through this. We're going to have a few cheap, easy sort of jump scares, but it's far more nuanced than that. It takes far longer to go through. Had the brilliance of the angel, the statue, that would just kind of follow you around and be like, oh, statue. But brilliant. Love Madison. Really intricate. Again, another one where it gets to the end, you're kind of like, oh, now I kind of understand more about it, and suitably fun characters and everything. But yeah, very clever game, very fun to play, and just, yeah, really powerful. Love Madison to bits. He's got 4 to go, 4 better than Madison, I think. Fingers crossed. What's next? What is next? Ooh, this might be the highest. This might be the highest full motion video game on the list. The Gallery in at 22. The Gallery, what is a simple kind of movie game where sort of a heist on an art gallery happening in 1981, and it kind of very similar in 2021, only with kind of reversal of roles. Brilliantly acted, brilliantly crafted together, brilliantly pieced together, brilliantly conceived and written, filmed, absolutely brilliant. I played the first one, 1981, and I thought, well, that was really good. I thought that was a really good game. And I never expected, I expected 2 weeks later to play 2021 and it just be like, alright, okay, we did that as well. We played 2021 and it blew me away with the subtle differences, the changes, how my attitude kind of changed a little bit. It's hard to talk without going too much into it, but very drastically kind of different when I played through what is essentially actually almost the same sort of story, very similar kind of parallels. I found myself making very different decisions and very different ways and went down a completely different path. But absolutely just, again, absolutely brilliant, and really kind of, again, twists that you don't really kind of see coming. You don't really expect. Yeah, so 2021 specifically, that one playthrough of the Gallery, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. What an experience. What a fun time. Yeah, really good. Just, it is a film. There's so many of these games. I think the full motion video games have kind of transitioned now from being games into just, these are films now. And we actually need to come up almost with like a new category of like, these are films that you kind of direct yourself. Brilliant. Love the Gallery. Gallery in at 22. What is the third best game? Oh. Ooh, Telling Lies. Another movie game. This time, probably what I was saying about Simulacra. This was Simulacra on a full computer. This was piecing through lost footage to find and piece together a story. And again, that story evolved, it changed. You had the FBI agent, you had the online cam model, you had the mistress, the terrorist, or the new love, and you had the wife. The way that you discovered things in this was so powerful. We were just mucking our way through the first stream, learning about the man and his relationship with the cam girl, learning a lot about her and how their story kind of came, and then we suddenly came across this shocking video, which by digging and digging and digging, we kind of got there. And it just kind of suddenly you were like, wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was that kind of, oh right, okay, hang on, this is not, there's a lot more going on here than just this kind of like a fun relationship thing. It gets darker and darker. But the way you come across it, so powerful, so much fun. Would have loved to have played it. No, I don't think I could have played it any better. I honestly think that I didn't know anything about it. I was going to say, if I'd known kind of, maybe I would have played it slightly differently, or maybe would have, I don't know whether if I went in and played, we'll talk a little bit more about other games in this genre maybe in a minute, but I don't know if I played it different, but Telling Lies for me, probably the third best game we played. Incredibly well acted, incredibly brilliant actors. I think the man did win an actor award, I think, for his portrayal, but they all deserved it. They were all absolutely brilliant, and Telling Lies just absolutely brilliant. Loved it, loved the way you uncovered things, and yeah, just one of the most deeply affecting, kind of again, that shock factor, which maybe that's what we're talking about now when we start looking at what's really kind of separated one or two games. It's just that bit at the end where you're like, wow, I did not expect that. So many of those. Telling Lies, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Okay, second best game, As Dusk Falls. I talked a little bit when I talked about the Quarry about these AAA games and how everyone jumped on and played the Quarry. The Quarry, brilliant game, but As Dusk Falls probably came out about a month after the Quarry. It's a much better story. It had an intertwining story. It told the story of Jay, I think is the boy in the middle, and his relationship with all these different people, and his father, and the father of the child, but again, absolutely brilliant. What was really good about As Dusk Falls was the Twitch interaction, the ability of everyone in chat to just vote on things. Didn't need to download a thing onto the computer, didn't need to pre-register, could come in for 5 minutes and just vote just by typing a number in chat. That made the game very good, and you had a whole kind of like community feel to it. But the story itself, deeply intertwining, very good. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed where we're going with it. I hope there's an As Dusk Falls 2. There must be. It was so good. I think As Dusk Falls did win an award this year for one of the Game of the Year, probably Story Game of the Year, something like that. But yeah, I would say that As Dusk Falls for me, probably the second best game we've played this year. Brilliant community fun, brilliant story fun, and therefore that's for me. It just kind of edged the Quarry because it had that better Twitch interaction, Twitch engagement with it. It had a better kind of community feel, and it had a visual style to it that actually kind of maybe made it more stylish. I know a lot of people kind of looked at it and went, "This is a cartoon," but the visual style of it was very beautiful. So As Dusk Falls is probably the second best game we've played. One more. Probably most of you kind of probably guess what it is. It is the absolutely brilliant Visage. Again, another game I thought we'll jump into this. This will be a wee jump out horror game that'll happen once or twice. It'll get a bit samey after a while, and then we'll probably never play it after the first stream because we'll just get a bit kind of bored. Visage is brilliant. The puzzles, the story, the shocking nature of it, the variation in puzzles, the variation in mechanics it has, the mix between the fun little jump out scares to the more kind of slow burning scares of, I think we did one where an old woman kept converting into a silhouette of a mannequin behind a curtain. So every time you went past it, it went from being the mannequin with no arms to the scary woman to the mannequin. It was just a brilliant little mechanic that you kind of don't expect. Doesn't pull any punches. I mean, literally does not pull any punches. I still don't know what's going to happen. Very similar to Madison. It's probably kind of, Madison's probably taken a lot of its mechanics or influence from Visage. But for me, Visage, at the moment, Visage is shading it. We're only halfway through, but Visage, really enjoyed it. I think that we'll continue more of that on Twitch, but I think that again has to find... I talk about a lot of these games kind of changing where the channel is and changing the type of games we play. I think Visage will do that for the future as well. What happened with Lose Yourself, I keep calling it the wrong name, I think, and then into Madison and then into Visage, it's just finding out how these games can be presented and enjoyed. Locked Up, not Lose Yourself. I'm an idiot. Visage just absolutely deserves its place as the best game we've played. And there it is. What a body of work. You know, like all these games on here, every single one of them, absolutely enjoyed them. These and other ones that didn't make the list, there was a few that kind of looked at. There's a few of these might actually even creep into 2021. But don't tell anyone. Just super, super fun. I think if I look through them, and I think I've kind of maybe explained that some of them are on here because they defined a moment or defined a change, or they defined a game that I went into them thinking, oh, this will be a fun wee hour or fun this or fun that. But then when I played them, they suddenly became much more than that. They suddenly became an ultra gripping story. And I think as I look at and have a run through this list, thinking about them, talking about them, I think I love the twists at the end, that kind of really unexpected wow moment that you get when you play some of these games. And I think that's the ones that have really kind of risen to the top, is the ones where I've gone into them thinking, well, this will just be a fun experience, but like I say, they've had this deep affecting thing. So I certainly kind of put that out here for some of those, and it's been super, super, super fun. I'm sure you disagree. I'm sure there's ones missing that you wish were on here. There have been some fun ones, but feel free to put the comments down below. Feel free to come to WelcomeToSandflys on Twitch and shout to me in person and tell me what you would have put. These are the list of games we kind of played this year, and how I might rank them. Should we look at next year? Should we look at coming soon? Yeah. What's coming soon? Well, there was Immortality, and Immortality very similar to Telling Lies, but unfortunately had a nudity warning, so we weren't able to play it online. I think Immortality will be coming, and will be coming probably to YouTube. So I'll play it off stream, I'll record it, and then we'll upload it here, and you can follow through and watch Immortality as though you were watching it. I'm very excited about Immortality because it looks like they're built on Telling Lies, they're built on that style of game. So I'm really, really excited about Immortality. Her story will be coming, it's in the list to go very, very soon. So probably we'll start that on Sunday mornings after we get through the one or two we're kind of finishing at the moment. Her story, another very similar to Telling Lies, where we uncover the story of this woman and what happened. There's a couple in that kind of genre, but probably Her story will come next. Fallen Order Survivor, Cal Kestis. It's coming March. I'm sure you'll all be getting it. I'm sure you'll all be playing it. I hope you join me on my journey through it. I think we won't rush it through. We'll let it savor. We'll enjoy it. We'll give it a bit of life. We might even do like a special week of it or something. We'll work out how best to kind of present it. But I'm looking forward to it. The Fallen Order was brilliant, and I'm sure Jedi Survivor will be equally as brilliant. So Cal Kestis is coming, and then of course Swiggle. I don't want to miss it out. I don't want anyone to think, sorry, you're not doing Swiggle. I am. Like I say, I am enjoying the game. I am enjoying it. I always enjoy it. Hopefully you get that when I'm playing. I hope you get the sense of enjoyment when I'm playing. And I'm kind of looking forward to where the game will go. I went through a bit of a journey with it maybe 9 months ago. 6 months ago, where I kind of realized more about having fun with the game, enjoying the presentations, work on different things, maybe even develop your roster in that specific manner. It's not necessarily developing it in the way of winning. It is developing in a way where maybe you take on different characters and different mechanics and different modding, to have fun counters and to have interesting counters, rather than going on the way of the best possible characters as soon as possible. Anyway, that's the list. That's coming soon. If you're interested in these and all the other games, welcome to Sandflys on Twitch. Welcome to Sandflys on YouTube. Just come to Sandflys. and you'll be welcome in the island anytime. And thank you so much, and please like and subscribe and comment down below and let me know what your favorite games was. Part in comments. I probably played a lot of New World. I probably played a lot of Valheim. I probably played a lot of... what else? Elden Ring. But I never really streamed them much. That's why they kind of don't make this list. I think all of those probably would deserve a list. If I had streamed them, I would probably put them on the list, put them up higher. But they were also very, very good, and I take my hat off for those. So maybe we'll do more of those in 2023. But until next year, thank you so much. And please hug your damn loved ones. What you say? Much love.